Okay, we are back with day three's question from the 21 questions journal. And let's see. We will go to, and again, I'm not doing these questions in order. I'm just gonna go through all of them over the next 21 days. But let's go to the career section. And the question is, what do I want to give more of in the next 12 months and why? And so what I wrote down at the beginning of the year was I want to give more time over the next 12 months, specifically volunteering in elderly community. I want to play more, and I've talked about there's like some notes that I wrote in here about Frisbee, and then I want to give more pleasure. And so the whole idea with this question is, instead of focusing on what I want to do more of, it's like, what do I want to give more of? And this is coming from the place of like, you only can give things that you have. And right now I have a lot of time, and I want to continue to have a lot of time, especially, I mean, obviously now that I'm transitioning into being a stay-at-home mom and housewife and things like that. Like I want to continue to have an abundance of time. And so I like the idea of reinforcing the things that I want via giving that thing away. And so I don't think that I've been honoring this. I think I've been definitely giving myself more pleasure, right? Like I've definitely been allowing myself to indulge my senses, my taste buds, my experience with my partner, you know, different things like that. But I don't think that I've played as much as I really wanted to play, specifically around this Frisbee thing, because earlier in the year I was talking about how like the idea of Frisbee blows my mind. Like when I see people throwing a disc in the air and catching it, and that is the afternoon, that's the point, that is the activity, I'm like, that's it? That's what you're gonna do today? I'm like, the abundance of time that you must have, the abundance of like play and just joy that you must have, that like Frisbee. And so definitely before the end of the summer, I either need to go throw a Frisbee or do something that is the equivalent of that, because I think I spent the earlier part of this summer in my first trimester and not feeling very well, and so that was my excuse. But now I'm definitely feeling much better in my body, but I'm still not playing. And maybe I don't go play Frisbee because I don't know if it's not that I don't want to be outside, but I think because of like when I get tired, I'm so tired, I don't want to just like fall asleep somewhere. So maybe it won't even be about me playing Frisbee. Maybe it'll be about me playing the game. Like my fiance has this Harry Potter game, and so maybe instead of telling myself that I could be reading or I could be doing something else, maybe I just let myself play the game for like 1,000 hours, not 1,000, but you get the point, like a whole bunch of time, and I just like play. Because the point of that is that in over these next 12 months, like I wanted to give more of my time, but in these three specific ways. I wanted to give more of my time to play. And I will say that decorating is a form of play, but because it's connected to my money, I have to earn money in order to be able to play as much with decorating. Or even if I think about style, there's a lot of play that's there, but I do need money to be able to play in terms of buying clothes and things like that. So it's a little bit harder to play with those things. And you know, doing stuff digitally, it's not the same. There's stuff that I've loved online, and in person, it just was not it. So I don't really I'm not at the place in my style journey or in my interior decorating or homemaking where it's fun for me to just find things online and put mood boards together. No. So when I think about play, like I want it to be some sort of like, you know, a game or Frisbee or, you know, play like Legos. Well, you know, I could do more of my puzzles. I definitely could do that because I love putting puzzles together, and I haven't done that in a while. So that's something I wanted to give more of. And then I wanted to volunteer in elderly communities. Now, I don't know if I will be not able to do that right now because I'm pregnant, but I wonder. So maybe this week I will reach out to see if there is an elderly community that I can go be around. And I think that really, especially at the beginning of the year, I think I knew I was coming into my year of rest. And but my first speaking engagement about happiness was to an elderly community. So there's this, I have an immense amount of gratitude for elderly humans being the first audience that I ever got to inspire to be happy, because it really gave me a sense of like, you can do this if you can inspire the oldest people in like alive right now to be happy even in their latter years. Like surely you can inspire the other people to be happy. And so and in general, I just have great reverence for elderly people, because I think that they have lived through unimaginable times, and if most of us had to deal with like a day in their life, we wouldn't even be able to handle it. So I really do like to pay my respects in that regard. But what I had learned from that experience is that people don't visit them, people don't spend time with them, people don't talk to them, people don't listen to them. There's just like this time in your life where no one is there. And I don't know, it was just always really very sad to me. And so there's a part of me in terms of the volunteering where, yeah, I can definitely go in and do an activity, but I kind of just really want to go in and just sit with them and just be willing to listen to them, and not listen because I'm trying to like, oh, what do you have to say? But like truly listen because I'm like curious as to what's on their mind and what they're thinking and what they're feeling. But I don't know if there will be some limitations around that, especially since there seems to be a surge in the condition that we had in 2020. That seems to be on the rise again, or if because I'm pregnant, there'll be some sort of, you can't do that. But I need to figure that out. If I'm not able to do that before the end of the year on a semi-regular basis, that'll definitely be something that I'm adding to next year. Maybe I can just like look at the library and see what events that they have coming down the pike for them. But that's something that I want to do. But that's the question for today. What do you want to give more of in the next 12 months? And the mindset that I want you to think about this through is, what do you have in abundance that you can give? Or what's something that you want to have in abundance that you can begin to attract the abundance that you want via giving it away? And I'll talk to you tomorrow.